Imagine your culture and traditions disappearing. This is what's happening in Guatemala due to the gentrification, which is erasing the country's beauty and uniqueness. Guatemala's identity is built on its culture and communication, and what's happening today is changing all of that. I'll be referencing information from the Culture Factor, Rivermate, and Voices from Guatemala. I'll first talk about Guatemala's culture, then discuss how nonverbal communications play a role, and finally explain how gentrification is impacting their traditions. Now let's dive into Guatemala's unique culture. Guatemala's culture blends indigenous and Spanish influences. The Maya are the largest indigenous group, and there's 20 more indigenous groups as well. Catholicism was introduced with the Spanish, but merged with local beliefs rather than just replacing them. Guatemala is famous for colorful traditional clothing and big celebrations like Holy Week, where streets are decorated with beautiful sawdust carpets. Next, I'll talk about the communication and how it shows respect in Guatemala. Communication goes beyond words. It's about gestures, facial expressions, and body language. Spanish is the main language, but nonverbal communication is key. Respect is vital in these conversations, especially with elders. Greetings often include light hugs, handshakes to show respect. Unfortunately, these culture elements are at risk because of gentrification. Let's talk about its impact. Rapid urban development is changing cities like Guatemala City. Modern projects are replacing traditional neighborhoods with upscale cafes and street art, raising living costs and pushing out lower income communities. These changes are threatening Guatemala's cultural presence. Now generations are shifting more towards English, and all of the indigenous languages, including Spanish, are declining. Modern malls are replacing local businesses, which hurts artists and small family-run shops. Guatemala's culture is a unique mix of indigenous and Spanish traditions, reflected in languages, celebrations, and customs. Respect and nonverbal communications are key in Guatemala, and gentrification is pushing these traditions out. Despite the challenges, Guatemalans are fighting to keep their culture alive through festivals and daily life. I encourage you to explore different cultures and understand the traditions that help keep them alive. Thank you for learning about Guatemala's culture with me.